So the Shibuya arc is going to be dropping real soon in the anime, and people have been hyping this up to all heaven, yo. People have been talking about this arc like it is one of the greatest arcs in shonen, period. This could be cap, or this could be legit. It could be hard cap, or it could be legit as all hell. So only time can tell. I don't see Mappa dropping the ball at all when it comes to the animation quality, when it comes to the greatness and the intensity and the gore. There probably will be some differences, some slight differences here or there between the manga and the anime, but that being said, I expect at least an 8 out of 10 for the upcoming Shibuya arc. But I do want to spend some time talking about the hidden inventory arc, because before going into this arc, after season 1, after the Jujutsu movie dropped, a lot of folks were talking about, yo, the next arc's gonna be real damn good, yo. They're gonna be real, unbelievable Jujutsu Kaisen content. And if you don't know, I've been doing these live reactions to JJK on the Cole-san YouTube channel, first done on my Patreon. All links in the description box down below. I gotta say, there was a particular person that folks were hyping up in the first trailers for season 2 JJK, way back when. It was a brolic, studly looking phenom walking real big, walking real big, aka TOJI. There was a lot of hype. Like, King, you have no idea. You have no idea. You have no idea. After it's all said and done, okay. Before we get to all that, I want to talk about as a whole the things I thought were noteworthy, that I appreciate, that I thought actually pretty damn good during this inventory arc. Where, number one, of course, Gojo Satoru, aka the pretty boy wonder. Because we all know that Gojo is a stud, he's a phenom. He's the pinnacle of EK man across all anime manga. Not Lloyd Forger, no, it is Gojo Satoru. But as a second year Jujutsu high school student, yo, the cockiness, the arrogance, whether he's saving his friends or senpais or drinking a can of Coke, just the arrogance, the audacity of this kid. When him and Geto are trying to get their Kroko's basketball on, their slam dunk on, and they're talking about Geto's morals here, and how he says assigning reason and responsibility to strength is what those who are weak do. Really scoffing at the idea, just carte blanche, that the strong should really be led by the weak who dictate what the strong can and cannot do. We also see like a little flashback where him and Geto are talking about Riko and how they say if Riko doesn't want to assimilate with Tengen, then they would fight against Tengen, since they, Geto and Gojo, were the quote-unquote strongest. Of course, even if the world fought against them, they would still ultimately win, since they are the pinnacle. And over the course of the entire arc, we find out the intricacies, the minutiae of Gojo's powers and how they work, which I thought was pretty interesting because mathematical, based on imaginary numbers don't really exist, so empty space, and then the space is to fill, therefore it attracts. Then you have the Aka, red reversal that repels, and how you have to like bombard negative energy on top of negative energy to create positive energy. So like the mathematical underbelly of all that, I thought was pretty intriguing, because it does show that Gojo, even though when they explain what Tengen-sama was, he had to literally use Digimon. He had to unironically talk about War Greymon and Skull Greymon in order to conceptualize what Tengen was. The fact of the matter is that he is very, even at that age, extremely intelligent, at least in some regards. And even his power scheme color notations, I kind of realized after the fact that they're probably based on the Doppler effect of light frequency, where in a general sense, when things are oncoming, their frequency is higher. Like you can hear it louder, and that's normally in light frequency denoted to as blue. Blue, attraction. And then the reverse, where things get further away from you, the less you hear them because the lower the frequency, and that Doppler effect color is red. So I thought that was pretty damn cool stuff for Gojo, learning those details, but nothing on this. Oh man, wow. The cats in the parking lot at 1 a.m. that get blazed out, all that weed combined into one man's lungs. He was feeling it, the world. throughout heaven and earth. I alone am the honored one. He pulls the Buddha quote. I was like, yo. Oh man, yo, so Gojo was phenomenal. Gojo was absolutely outstanding. However, I'd argue the protag in this arc was not Gojo, it was Geto. The entire arc starts off with his comments about how no one understands what's like swallowing a cursed spirit. He claims how it's like swallowing a dirty rag that's used to clean poo and vomit. So basically what the janitors have after a Taylor Swift concert. That's how it starts off. And then episode 5, that's also where we continue off of, you start to wonder why and for whom he was even doing this in the first place. At the beginning of the arc, you can see how like there's a huge contrast from the end of the arc, where he talks about survival of the weakest, not the strongest, the weakest, where it is the weak to help each other out the most, and then they discourage those that are too strong from harming those that are too weak to essentially maintain stability and harmony from a societal standpoint here. And Geto values that so much, he's willing to actually scrap with Gojo to defend his moral views. Though on a side note, the way this dude decimated the old guy in episode 2, no, when he started seeing his dog, his little Shiba Inu, oh, that was unironic Puss in Boots activity.
What's the matter? Lives flashing before your eyes?
But one of the key things you notice here is that episodes 1 through 3, Gojo and Geto kind of view each other somewhat on equal footing here, where you'll see comments like Gojo say, "We are the strongest," or when they're traveling at the beach and you have Gojo using a lot of his powers to protect Riko, and then Geto's worried, well, Gojo says, well, I don't have to worry because I know that you're here. Things like that. Geto himself even repeats those lines to Amanai before she dies, where he tells her essentially, you don't have to worry, you can make your choice and we'll take care of it because we, meaning me and Gojo, we are the strongest. So you can see how mentally Gojo and Geto are like peas in a pod. And you kind of see that in the opening too, where they really were in lockstep for so long. But then episode 4, woo! Episode 5, whoa! These things go out the window essentially after Gojo catches that major L by TOJI. And after Geto himself gets humbled by TOJI, and after Geto gets humbled by TOJI, oh man. And of course, deciding to not kill those non-Jujutsu sorcerers of the Star Religious group who were clapping Omedeto Neon Genesis style, because Amanai's death and so on and so forth, the man started to change big time. And it's only amplified by the fact that Gojo started to grow exponentially after kind of figuring out the whole reversal stuff, started to become more and more busted and was doing more solo missions. And then the other person in their group, the Shogo girl, the med, she is not tasked with these dangerous missions. So it was Geto by himself. And that's what we saw at the very beginning of this arc. Geto by himself in a corridor. He is assimilating a cursed spirit while some guys on the ground already dead with their stomach eaten. And he seemingly doesn't give a damn. His mind began to genuinely waver. Those whisperings of Frieza were in his ear.
Hello, monkeys!
All he needed was the spark of inspiration by Todo's master, Yuki, and voila.
Damn monkeys.
I would argue with all the characters in this arc, it is Geto that has the most going for him. He is a very good character in this arc. It was well done on his part, how they did it from beginning to end, honestly. Tengen was very interesting, where you get Tengen lore, where they say that possessing a cursed technique of immortality, but he needs a new body, the star plasma vessel, every 500 or so years to remain human over time before the immortality curse technique rewrites his whole body. If he were to ascend, he would lose his free will, and all the barriers that maintain Jujutsu society at large could not be reinforced, therefore virtually useless if Tengen-sama ascends. So Tengen-sama doesn't enter Soul Society. No. He stays in the world of the living. But Tengen-sama himself could also be a threat to mankind if there's, let's say, a lack, I would assume a lack, or let's say even a improper transfer to a plasma star vessel. The man does sound like Endgame of JJK. He has that, like he's a threat to all of humanity. Okay, yeah, that's a big deal. But that also would appeal Geto in many ways. What? Oh, humans are all gonna die? Let Tengen cook. Let him cook.
Father, listen to me. We can't let Cell cook.
So apparently Tengen has been cooking for about like 1,300 years because he was preaching apparently since the Nara era in Japan. And then we have a thing about Nanami here, where Nanami's partner, Yu Haibara, aka Itadori Lee. This guy's straight booty cheek. Okay, Itadori's not booty cheeks, but this guy is Itadori in a way, but he's like Rock Lee stem, like that's where he looks. Trash. I knew it was trash immediately, and he winds up dying, which I believe
He's beginning to believe
was hinted at or even stated in the first season. I should rewatch that to make sure I'm not going crazy with that one. And then of course for this arc there is Riko, Amanai Riko. You do feel sad for her situation because she's gonna get like assimilated to this like sort of all-powerful-ish being. She wants to live life to the fullest, and even though she said that originally she felt like she could go without hesitation or any care in the world, yeah, winds up being not true at all. She did care a lot, and it was really sad to see her go. However, that sadness was completely trumped, overwhelmed, squashed by Gotoji. Oh my god, dude. At first, not knowing Megumi's name, I'm like, that was a yikes. I'm like, that's a kid. This man is like teetering on that Yojiro Hama status, actively seeking to be the worst dad of the year. However, when his plans start to unfold, oh my god, yo. Using the 30 mil bounty on Amanai, knowing that Gojo would protect her no matter what from other bounty hunters, to the point where this man didn't even sleep and always had his ability active to make sure that Amanai was always protected. Even having that timer set, knowing that when it was all said and done, it would have Gojo's mind at ease, so he would strike at the right time, entering the school's barrier because he doesn't have any cursed energy. He's one of those savage monkeys, but he has a heavenly pact. And the heavenly pact giving him those phenomenal physical stat buffs. The more he explains, the more powerful he becomes. Via that same heavenly pact, he's able to track Geto and company into the Tomb of the Stars because the heavenly pact heightens his senses, his sight, his smell, his hearing, all those natural stats. And then the baby. Oh my, the baby! He has the baby. And the baby, his armory, has those delectable, delicious cursed weapons. Nah. Yo, TOJI was him. Like, listen, I understand that he lost to Gojo. I get it. But you have to understand, this man literally humbled TOJI and Gojo in a way I did not think was possible. The only reason why Geto survives is because he is not a Shigami user like Megumi is. He is a curse manipulator, and so there was a fear that if he killed Geto, all those curses in his body would run around, create all this chaos. The prep he used to beat the overpowered, busted phenom, man, yo, it was like taking the Black Zetsu Madara scene in Naruto Shippuden, condensing it down to 4 episodes, and making it good. No, bro, TOJI was unbelievable. This man brought a handgun to a jet fighter fight. 2 F-16s, he shot them down with the mere handgun. Everyone's going domain this, domain that, swallow curse this, swallow curse. Gun. The baby. The baby. Nah, yeah. Humbled. It was so studly. It was so cool. It was literally the Batman Justice League contingency plan playing out in real time. Unbelievable. And Gojo needed some like god tier stuff, Buddha quotes to beat TOJI. But even still, TOJI felt something was off. If he was his normal self, he wasn't so sucked in by the Ikemen eyes, he would have bounced. Like, no, hold on. I'm not getting paid. I'm leaving. But even then, TOJI knew that something was off. This man could sense the plot. Like, hold on, whoa. This is some cat. I shouldn't be here right now. There's something going on. And in those final GOAT TOJI moments, being a quote-unquote good dad, telling Gojo about Megumi, dying like Whitebeard. Oh my god. On Sunday, I did a stream of Tier 3 Cats talking about my top 15 favorite characters of all time. I was thinking about TOJI. I was thinking about TOJI a lot. I didn't put him there. Woo! But if it was a top 30, TOJI's in. If it was a top 30 favorite characters of all time in anime and manga history, those 4 episodes, TOJI stole my heart. The folks that said that TOJI was goated before going into season 2 were absolutely unequivocally correct. I, the Kingu of Lightning, stand the monkey. How do the Zanin clan keep on catching these L's? First it was Maki season 1. Now it's TOJI in the past season 2. This clan has to be eradicated because they're straight trash. Shibuya Arc coming out real soon. I have high expectations for damn sure. No spoilers in the comment section. No, zero. But as for anime only watchers, what is your stance on the hidden inventory arc? I liked it a lot. So let me know your stance on this subject matter at hand. Be sure to rate the video with a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, double tap subscribe to click on that bell to join the notification squad. I'm gonna catch you cats on the flip side. Bye.